Hey guys, Democrats are ignoring the courts and trying to steal another election 2 weeks after the fact.
Who cares what our courts say?
I think we're watching the most evil thing I've ever seen in my lifetime.
The tally in a very close race for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania has the election going to the Republican David McCormick. A recount has now been ordered because it's that close. But now some local Democrats are going a step further and insisting on counting illegal or improper ballots, and they're admitting it.
Precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it.
And guys, this is not an isolated incident. In fact, did you know that 5 states are still counting votes 2 weeks after the fact?
And those votes are 90% Democrat.
So this is why you need to stay vigilant. You got to keep up your preps, keep up your prayers, and don't let your guard down.
County officials will then immediately move on to recounting every ballot cast in the U.S. Senate race. That's nearly 7 million paper ballots that our 67 county election offices will recount as they complete the process.
So Senator Casey has refused to concede the race. That's his right until the recount is complete. But what's not right is the way a Pennsylvania Supreme Court is ruling is being ignored by some local Democratic officials. The High Court, which, by the way, is made up of 5 Democrats and just 2 elected Republicans, ruled before the election that mail-in ballots lacking required signatures or dates would not be included in the official results. Look, agree or disagree with the ruling, it is the law of the state. Except, apparently, in 4 traditionally solid blue areas, Philadelphia, Bucks, Center, and Montgomery counties, they're still counting those ballots.
So the 5 states that are still counting 2 weeks after the election are California, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Arizona, the same states. And interestingly enough, you guys, the only states that Kamala Harris won in this last election are states that do not make you give a photo ID. You can't make this up. Can you imagine if we had photo ID around the country? This would have been a landslide because we, the people, are sick of this stuff. And it just makes you wonder how many elections have they stolen and how many years in the past. But thank God the difference between this election and 2020 is we, the people, are standing up, we're engaged, and we're not being suppressed like they suppressed us 4 years ago. Watch this.
I want to congratulate the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This speech I'm doing right now is going to be seen by millions across the country, the Commonwealth, and the world. And I have a message. Congratulations to President-elect Donald J. Trump, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America. Congratulations to Senator-elect Dave McCormick, and we are not going to allow Democrats to steal this seat from us.
But I think one of the differences between now and 2020 is that in 2020, videos that discussed any
election interference.
Yeah, those were not allowed to surface. They were taken down,
kicked off the platform.
Yeah, and I can only speak to YouTube's policies, but it was really clear that you do not talk about the vaccinations, you do not talk about the election.
You don't talk about anything that is not the state narrative.
And this is huge. This is huge. This is huge because 4 years ago, it wasn't just on one social media platform. It was suppressed unilaterally. It was insane. And so now differences of opinion can finally be heard. And guys, you would be remiss if we didn't warn you to, hey, don't let off the gas. Don't rest on your laurels because we're not there yet and it hasn't started.
They tried to steal another election and something went terribly wrong. Social media like X was completely engaged. People were getting real-time information about sending people home early, before the polls had closed. In 2020, the Democrats controlled all of the social media outlets and thereby controlled the narrative. You can't sneak stuff through on us like you did in 2020. Thousands of people showed up to Bucks County, Pennsylvania today to go into that commission and let their voices be heard that they're not going to get away with it this time.
Bucks County has been in the news a lot this year. Earlier, we flipped Bucks County from blue to red, and for the first time in modern history, there are more registered Republicans than Democrats here in this county. I have a message. Peacefully, peacefully. We are coming for your seat in 2027. If you don't resign today,
Have at it.
I am coming for your seat peacefully. And Harvey, Commissioner Harvey, this goes for you too. You are complicit. Mark Elias and his cronies must be disbarred from practicing law in Pennsylvania, any of his cronies, for the misconduct that they did. I want you to know that I am going to spend all of my time in Bucks County for the next 3 years making sure that we take back this county. Thank you to every single patriot that showed up today. We did it!
This is not the time to count your eggs before they're hatched because we have a long time until Inauguration Day.
About 5 weeks ago, I shot a video and I told you guys that if Trump had won, the danger would be between the election and Inauguration Day. As of today, we have 60 more days until Trump is inaugurated. He's naming his cabinet, and that cabinet is going after the deep state, and the deep state doesn't like it. They're trying to worm their way out any possible way they can, all the way to the point now that if Trump's going to take office, they're going to start World War III before he takes office.
That's his personal opinion, by the way. A personal opinion that I don't think is that out of line. I think that's very plausible.
Yeah, we're looking at nuclear war, and the Congress are arguing about letting men in women's bathrooms. It's nuts.
Well, let's touch on that because the worldwide instability, it's just creepy. Not only do we have the escalation of Ukraine and Russia, and why are we sending missiles into Russia?
Why is Britain sending missiles into Russia?
Exactly. Like it's like we're asking for this. It's horrible. And then to make matters worse, what's up with the Baltic Sea cable getting cut off? I know this is random, but why would somebody cut that? It's almost like there's a force out there, I don't know who and I don't know why, that's intentionally trying to create chaos.
I think we're watching the most evil thing I've ever seen in my lifetime, which is the lame duck administration leaving the next administration with the world war, with the nuclear conflict, by allowing Ukraine, a proxy state of the United States, to strike within Russia.
And it's almost like now everything's getting ramped up to a whole new level.
Listen, we've tried everything we can do to cheat as Democrats, and at this point we have no choice but to start World War III because we cannot let him take office.
And with all the insanity in the world, the threat of World War III and all the economic collapse, doom and gloom, the good news that we have to share with you is that we have long sleeve shirts available and you need one.
Brand new God Family Country shirts, long sleeve with an American flag. Everybody needs one. If you're an RV Squad member, grab a couple of them. They're only going to be available for a little bit of time, so please grab your shirt, represent the RV Squad, pray for America, pray for the Trump family, pray for our president, pray for his whole cabinet, because they're coming at him with it, all of them, with a vengeance.
That's right. It's cold outside, guys. Get your shirt, and we'll see you in the next video.